Boccaccio's Decameron, first day, 9th story. The Queen's final word of command was reserved for Eliza, who, without pausing to hear it, began all merrily as follows. It has frequently come about, young ladies, that a single word, uttered more often by chance than with studied intent, has sufficed to cure a person of something against which various strictures and any number of punishments have proved ineffectual. This fact is very well brought out in the story told by Loretta, and I too propose to show it to you in another tale, which shall be very brief. For good stories may always come in useful, and you should lend them an attentive ear no matter who does the telling. I say then that during the reign of the first King Cyrus, after the conquest of the Holy Land by Godfrey of Bouillon, well, let me stop right here. Godfrey of Bouillon conquers the Holy Land in the First Crusade. And then there's about 100 years, and eventually the Islamic forces under Saladin push them out. And then later, King Richard the Lionhearted comes in, and he basically took the former Christian king of Jerusalem and installed him over Cyprus. So the first king of Cyprus is basically a puppet set up, and there's about 100 years between him and Godfrey de Bouillon conquering the Holy Land. So let's get going here. So it happened that a gentlewoman from Gascony made a pilgrimage to the sepulchre, and having arrived in Cyprus on her return journey, she was brutally assaulted by a pack of ruffians. Her sorrow at this deed was inconsolable, and she resolved to go and lay a complaint before the king. But she was told that she would be wasting her time, for the king was of such a weak and craven disposition that not only would he allow others' wrongs to go unpunished by the law, but like a despicable coward, he would suffer all manner of insults offered to his own royal person. So much so, indeed, that whenever anybody had an axe to grind, he would relieve his feelings by shaming in it or insulting the king. On hearing this, the woman lost all hope of being revenged, but she decided, as some small compensation for her woes, to taunt this king with his faint-heartedness. So she presented herself in tears before him and said, "My lord, I do not come before you in the expectation of any redress for the wrongs inflicted upon me, but by way of reparation for my injury. I beg you to instruct me how you manage to endure the wrongs which, as I am led to understand, are inflicted upon you, so that I might learn from you to bear my own with patience. God knows that, if I could, I would willingly make you a present of it, since you find these things so easy to support." The king, who until that moment had been slow and impassive, reacted as though he had been roused from sleep, beginning with the injury done to this lady, which he avenged most harshly. He thenceforth became the implacable scourge of all those who did anything to impugn the honor of his crown. And that ends the story. This is, by the way, the shortest of all the stories in the Decameron, and it's generally seen not so much as a story for entertainment purposes, it's just kind of Boccaccio making his own social commentary about weak rulers. So that's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.